Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Color Me Bad Lynn. If you've been wondering where I have been, voila, here I is. I wanted to come on today and share five absolutely gorgeous, just five absolutely gorgeous cooler weather body oils for under 10. Yeah, you guessed it, $10. You can find these at flea markets. You can find them at beauty supply stores in your urban neighborhood. You can find these in your markets, your smoke shops. You got it. Five oils you gotta have for cooler weather. If you're interested in finding out which ones I'm coming on to share, please continue to watch. All right, so let's start off with our official greetings. Welcome. We are super glad to have you again. I am your girl, Color Me Bad Lynn. Just in case this is your very first time ever meeting me or stumbling upon my channel, just to give you a little bit of a brief scenario about what we do over here in Color Me Bad Nation. We talk about fragrances, those that are on my wish list, my collection, those that I'm dreaming about having, dreamy baby. And we also talk about everything, all things beauty, love, relationships, romance, dating, family issues, and most importantly, faith. We've been focusing more on fragrances this year, not so much of the dear color me's and things of that nature. But I promise you, before the year is out, I will give you at least one Dear Color Me recording. So anyway, let's get into it. I've got five beautiful oils that work perfectly throughout any time of the year, but in those cooler months, baby, see if you can catch me. All right, so let's go ahead and get off into it. I am in the middle of like cleaning out my computer and like transferring things onto another piece of device or whatever this guy, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, I am transferring information, and so I've got space that I'm trying to clear up, clean out, and all that. So we're not going to run it really long, but I had to come on and share these beautiful oils before I get into my favorite fragrances for the winter time. So let's get into it. These are body oils that, again, you can wear any time of the year. These oils, you can find them for under $10. If you have to pay more than $10 for them, you're paying too much. Unless you get like the big containers. Like I heard one of my buddies on Instagram was sharing with me that they have one of these oils called Lick Me All Over, but they got it from Amazon. And they were wondering if mine and theirs smell the same. And I'm quite sure they do. The first one I'm going to share with you guys that I love, this one is vanilla. It's a straight note of vanilla. Let me bring in the bottle a little bit closer. So if you love the scent of vanilla, this is gorgeous, you guys. You can mix this with like your lotions, your body creams. If you don't wear like a really heavily scented lotion or body cream or moisturizer, if you use things like, I would say like a Vaseline or not so much a baby oil, that's not a good idea, but some people do. You can mix this in with those. These are absolutely gorgeous. I like massaging these with my body creams and moisturizers into my feet. I really enjoy this scent. And lately, especially since the weather has been a lot cooler, I have really been into and craving the scent of vanilla. I'm kind of moving out of that phase, but I've got a lot of fragrances with that note in them, not heavily, because I've never been a really huge fan of just a straight vanilla note. But you know, a lot of fragrances have that note in them. And I kind of play that note down in my fragrances. But lately, honey, it's been vanilla. Y'all remember that song, Jump Around? All right, next scent. And again, these are in no particular order. I'm just grabbing them as I have them. These are beautiful oils. I have been enjoying them. A couple of them I haven't worn yet, but I've used them in my diffuser. So like my whole abode smells like this. This is another one that I love. This one I think is peppermint. Listen, so I have a lot of fragrances that have like a little bit of a minty note in them, especially a lot of unisex fragrances. One of my favorites, Balenciaga fragrances has a hint of mint in it, or mint leaf. If you have any fragrances or colognes that have a little bit of mint or mint leaf. Even if it's like a eucalyptus leaf, it doesn't have to necessarily be peppermint. This goes beautifully with this. I mean, gorgeous, you guys. If you have any really pretty fruity fragrances, like I like berry scents, but not so much. One of my favorite berries, I love like a creamy strawberry fragrance. And so a lot of times if I have a fragrance that has a little bit of strawberry in it, I like it creamy. And I like it a little bit minty around this time of year. Get you some. It is so good. All right, so next up on the list, I got 3 more to share with you guys. This one is a straight note of coconut. And normally I do like a coconut mango type of oil. This is the first winter or first fall that I've done just a straight coconut oil, for like a fragrant coconut oil without it being mixed with like passion fruit or mango. And this is so pretty. I used this one a little bit this evening, and I'm really enjoying what it did. It's a really pretty note of coconut. So if you love the note of coconut, just a straight note of coconut, this adds a really nice creaminess to your fragrances and colognes. For ladies and gentlemen, these are unisex. It doesn't matter. They're not gender specific, which I love that about my oils. So I have some unisex fragrances and a couple of men's colognes in my collection. And if you've been watching for any length of time, you know there are some men colognes that I just absolutely adore, Gucci especially. But this is really good for all of my oud lovers. This is a beautiful oil to wear with any of your oud fragrances, because if you are wearing oud fragrances that are Middle Eastern fragrances, you know that sometimes they can tend to be a little bit too sharp. And everybody doesn't like that particular note in their fragrances, and it doesn't, the sharpness doesn't always smell, or that cloyingness doesn't always smell that good on everybody. I happen to love it. But if you really want to smooth your oud out, this is a really nice one to do it with. This one is just straight coconut. All right, so we are down to 2 more. I have several others that I've been playing around with. Some of them I've been using for years, so it's really no big deal. But these are ones that are a little bit newer to my collection. They may have been in my collection for a year or so, but they're more newer. I'm finally getting around to them and really enjoying them and finding a purpose for them, if that makes any sense. So the next one is just a straight note of strawberry. This one, I know for sure I didn't purchase with the ones that I've shared with you so far. You guys, this is so beautiful though. Okay, beautiful oil. If you really love the note of strawberry, I love the note of strawberry, especially in cooler months. Not so much in the summertime, but once it starts to get a little bit cooler, as I stated to you before, I wear my fruity and floral fragrances more so in cooler weather, and my heavier fragrances in the summertime. They just work better for me that way. Get you some. Trust me on this. Trust and believe. You know, Lauryn Hill wasn't playing. I had to pause for a moment and really listen to the lyric of that song. When she said, "Ready or not, here I come," she said she gonna find you and she gonna make you love her. That's a hell of a song. All right, the last one on the list. And I didn't necessarily save the best for last because all of them I really love. But before we get into that, I just want to kind of do like a little sidebar type of thing, because I like to answer back to songs. That's just a thing that I do. Yeah, you can't make nobody love you. It's just not gonna happen. You can try. You know what I'm saying? You gonna wear yourself out. Yeah, and they not gonna treat you right because you it's backwards, ass backwards. All right, so the last one on the list, I couldn't let that go. Yeah, you can't make nobody love you. Can't make nobody like you. It is what it is. All right, so anyway, which one are we talking about? Patchouli. You guys know. If you don't know, you know now. I love the notes of patchouli. So much so that the beauty supply that I get this particular oil from, I stopped in to let the owner know, because I get good deals on my oils, y'all. I ain't going to share all my business. But he hooks me up, all right? He hooks me up. I get the deal. And I had to stop by. I was out doing my little exercise, and I walked past their shop. And even if I'm not buying nothing, I'll wave if the door is open or whatever. And I had to stop by and let them know the patchouli this year is a good batch. It's a good batch. All right. Not that they make it themselves, but the vendors that they purchase them from or the company that they purchase them from. You guys, this is absolutely gorgeous. And I asked them when they get a new set in, because I like mine fresh. You know, I like mine fresh off the truck. Whatever truck they bringing it on, whatever minivan they bringing it in, I want mine fresh. I had them say, I got me some sitting to the side when they come in. This is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, to the fact that all the young girls that were in there when I stopped by was asking, trying to figure out what is a patchouli. And I had to explain just a little bit because, you know, I didn't get too deep into it. And they're like, yeah. Listen, if you love a earthy note in your fragrances, I have a lot of fragrances that have the note of like amber, patchouli. I like a grounded fragrance. This will ground it, mellow it out. It's super sexy. It's unisex. I just love a good patchouli. And this is gorgeous. Let me bring this in to you guys. This, I used this the other day. And when I think may have been Sunday. And it was my first time using it in a very long time. I wear fragrances with patchouli in them, but not my oils. Okay. And when I tell you it stopped me in my tracks. It took me through a little bit of a pathway of a thought process, very positive, very good, but it was just so beautiful, you guys. And you know that's what scents do. Fragrances and scents, they remind you of something. They remind you of somebody. They remind you of when you were a child. They remind you of an aunt or an uncle that wore certain fragrances and scents. They remind you of something good that happened. They can remind you of something not so good that happened. They can remind you of people that was really nice to you. They can remind you of people that wasn't so nice to you. So all fragrances and colognes and scents bring back memories, or they make memories. And when I tell you, when I put that patchouli on, I don't know who in my past is like a child wore a fragrance with that note of patchouli in it, but it is so beautiful. If you wear too much of it and you don't know how to apply your oils and fragrances, they'll tell you smell like somebody's great, and that's okay as long as you're smelling good and that's what you enjoy and like to smell like. But I'm just letting you know, it is a little bit more of an older, more mature scent. Most colognes that have that note in them are a little bit heavier, a little bit thicker, a little bit richer. It does lean a little bit more on the masculine side. It's all over my hands and it is driving me crazy. It is something about that note and the scent of patchouli that turns me on. And when I say turns me on, if it's done right, if it's mixed right, if you moisturize properly and you are wearing a beautiful cologne or fragrance, out of this world, out of here, as they say. It is so beautiful. I can't talk and give it too many props because I will go on and on and on, and nobody wants to hear color me go on and on and on. But if you love patchouli, if you love grounded fragrances, and you love a beautiful body oil, if you're able to get your hands on just a straight note of patchouli, get you some. I promise you will enjoy the fragrance. And all of these body oils mixed with your moisturizers, you don't have to wear a cologne or a fragrance if you don't want to. I just like to load up and make sure mine is layered properly, honey, because I like a little scent trail behind me. You know what I mean? This is your girl, Color Me Bad Lynn, saying thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate all of your love and support. I want to welcome all of my new subscribers, and hey to all of my existing subscribers. If you've been thinking about subscribing, go ahead and hit the subscription button. I really appreciate your love and support, and hopefully I will meet you over on Instagram. We will see you on the next video. Peace.